Welcome back, Doom Tubers. Today we got a little bit different vantage. I have fluorescent lights in my game room, and they were kind of bugging me, so I would turn them off and got a lamp light here. This probably won't be typical of my videos, but I figured for today this would suffice. I've got a few pickups, just a couple really, and what I call drop-offs, pickups and drop-offs. And my dog just decided to come in. Oh well. But yeah, like I said, not too much stuff. And my friend Haas hooked me up with a few more games to check out, and I'm going to be dropping some back off at his place. Ones that I'm never going to get around to playing, like Enchanted Arms, which I hear is a really, really long RPG that I just, whatever. And he just got a new place, and kind of setting up his game room, so I'm trying to give some of his games back so they're not sitting on my shelves. They can be proudly displayed on his shelves. So yeah, but in the meantime, I did check out his new place and snagged a few games while I was over there just for grins to check out, and I will show those to you right now. I picked up, actually, forgot one. Picked up 3 games actually that I'm just borrowing. And they actually gave me one too, which was pretty awesome of them. So I thank you for Haas for that. But the 3 games I picked up that I wanted to try out, he recommended Guilty Gear X2 for the PlayStation 2. Really looking forward to this. He says it's a pretty awesome fighting game. So I'm looking forward to check that out. You know, throw it in. You know, have a little fun with fighting game. Hopefully, maybe we can play it together sometime. He's over here pretty regular, and now that he's got his own place, I'll probably be over there also, and hopefully playing some games. So that's pretty awesome. And also Diablo 2. I've always heard about this game, and I've heard that it's really awesome. And there's this CD key there. I guess I shouldn't show that. I hear it's pretty awesome. You know, I've never played any of the Diablo games or any games like that. And I don't know, just figured I'd throw it up on my PC and see what it's all about and see if I like it. And then last but not least, Armored Core 4. I'm really looking forward to checking this out. I put it in briefly just to get the disc loaded up and everything, see how it would work. And I like it a lot. I just played through one mission, actually, just the training and then the first mission. Pretty cool. It's going to take me a little bit to get used to the controls, but I'm sure it will be awesome once I do. And game like Front Mission Evolved really kind of set me up for playing that type of game. I really enjoyed that game a lot, and so I'm kind of looking for other games, other mech shooters kind of like that, and I hear nothing but good things about the Armored Core series, so I saw this on his shelf. I figured I would check it out, and I'm looking forward to getting the rest of the Armored Core games myself eventually. And yeah, if you have any recommendations for other games in that genre, I guess, kind of the mech shooter, go ahead and let me know, because it's a genre that I'm really starting to dig. Okay, and the game that he actually gave me was 300 March to Glory for the PSP. He actually thought it was a movie, and I said, "Oh no, this is actually a game." And he's like, "Oh, well, whatever." So he gave it to me anyway. It's for the PSP, obviously. I think it follows the movie like pretty well to a T, which normally I don't really care for movie games, but I love 300, and I actually wanted this game just to try out, even if it is following movie, because it just seems like it would make for a really awesome kind of a hack and slash game. And from what I played of it, just very briefly, about 5-10 minutes, seems like it's going to be a pretty cool game. So very stoked to have that. Thank you, Haas, for that a lot. I really appreciate that. And then finally, well, I guess I should show these little accessories that I bought with my recent 3DS purchase. I figured I forgot to mention 2 things in my last video about the 3DS. 1, it didn't come with a stylus, and 2, my wife found it on Facebook, and I heard about it the next day. But that's all right. I don't care. And I know she doesn't really care either. So I'm giving her credit now for finding the 3DS for me. She finds all this stuff on Facebook for me, but so without her, I would not get good deals ever. I would just go pay full price. So thank you. And I did pick up a a kind of an accessory pack at Walmart yesterday. I just wanted a stylus, but I couldn't find just a stylus or even like a package of styluses. How do you say that? Styluses? I don't know. I found one that came with like these microfiber cloths, 2 of them, and also 4 of these DS cases, game cases, and they like clip together somehow. I don't know how well. I don't even know if I'll even use these. They're for like travel, I think, but I don't know. And then it came with 3 styluses and 1 regular one, which is the only one that I really wanted. And then it came with these 2. And when I saw them, I thought that they were just small styluses, which would have been fine. Well, it's still fine, but it would have made more sense to me if they were just this. But no, they're retractable, and I don't know why. I don't know what difference it makes, and it's not like it's retractable for length to make it easier to hold, because it's really very flimsy. I don't even know if you can see that. It's really like not very good. So if I ever use these, I probably will just leave them small and just whatever. I mean, that's probably the way it'll go. But for now, as long as I have it, and I probably keep it because I'm usually pretty good about keeping track of them. But the previous owner was not very good at it, and apparently my niece wasn't very good at it either, because her DS Lite doesn't have one either. But the only actual game that I personally purchased was, of course, a 3DS game. Yesterday I picked up Code of Princess for the 3DS. I haven't played very much of it yet. I played it for about, I don't know, once again, just about 10 minutes. You know, I just to test it out, I tried it, and it seems like it's been a pretty awesome game. Really looking forward to getting into this more. Who knows when that'll be? Probably, I don't know. It's probably bumped up on my list, my backlog a little bit, just because I want to play it. So I hear really great things, and a lot of people have recommended this to me, and it was one of the top 3 games that I really wanted to get for the 3DS once I finally got the 3DS. I'm very thirsty. Drink of choice today is a gigantic can of Diet Mountain Dew. So, no beer today, just a giant freaking Diet Mountain Dew. Go caffeine. Alright, so the other part of this video that I wanted to do, sorry, my desk is a mess. Lots of controllers and things. Okay, the other thing I wanted to do is show some games I've been playing, and actually none of the games that I just picked up are on this list. It's kind of a mixed bag of games. It's really just kind of everything that I've been playing lately, but I've excluded like the ones I did videos on, like Heretic. I talked about Heretic and Quake 1 in the last episode of Doom and Corruption, so I didn't include those 2. Quake 2's not in here. Halo 3's not in here because I did videos on those, so I'm not really going to talk about those. But I'm going to talk about some other games I've been playing in the last few weeks, since the last podcast, and since I did, a video like this. Just some games I've been enjoying lately, just because I wanted to do a video and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. Not so recently, but fairly recently. I'll start with those. F-Zero. This was actually one of those games that I got from my buddy for really cheap that I didn't actually want that bad. I just knew that it would make a good trade because I know it's a pretty popular game. So I really just bought it because it was really cheap. It was like $2. And I knew that I could probably find somebody on Atari Age that might want it. Want to do a trade. But I've changed my mind after testing out this game. Excuse me. I put it in to test the card to see if it even worked. Sorry, I drank the Mountain Dew and now I got the burps. I put it in to see if it would even work. Booted up just fine. And I tell you what, I did like 30 races. It's really fun. And I'm really glad that I did decide to test it out and play it for a length of time, because I'm keeping it now. And it's a pretty awesome game. I had a lot of fun with it. And I'm actually maybe going to consider getting some more of these type of games, some of these 16-bit racing games like this, you know, like the Mario Karts and stuff like that, you know, and maybe even some of the 64-bit ones, you know, because I hear that, you know, Mario Kart 64 is really good, and the F-Zero on the 64 is pretty good, and you know, Diddy Kong Racing and all that other stuff, Wave Race. There's tons of racing games on the 64, so I'm actually maybe considering it, and it's weird because it's a genre that I personally have never enjoyed that much. I've never really been big into racing games, but this one's kind of changing my mind a little bit. I might decide to get a few more of these type of racing games. Now I'm still not really, you know, that keen on like Need for Speed and like your Gran Turismos and your Forzas and stuff like that. Still not really big on that kind of stuff. But some of this kind of cartoony, kind of arcadey stuff, maybe so. I might try to get into those a little bit. Next up here, Pokemon Soul Silver. I started this actually a long time ago, and Silver version of Pokemon is actually my favorite version. I don't even have the original Game Boy cart anymore because I bought this, and I decided, what the heck, you know, it made for a good trade. I ended up getting something really good out of it, so I really don't regret it at all, and I'm not nostalgic to the point where I really think that I need to grab a hold of those, because I actually recently just sold my my red and blue versions too, because I just don't really care that much about the series anymore. I mean, I like it. I don't know. I'm kind of a very casual Pokemon fan. I played this for a long time. I put, you know, over 40 hours in this all total, but you know, I started it a long time ago, and just recently picked it back up because I've been talking to some friends about Pokemon a little bit, and I was just like, you know what, I really just want to play Pokemon. So I picked this back up, and I was pretty close, and I was about halfway through with the Kanto badges, and I went ahead and finished up the Kanto badges, and got to a point where it was like, okay, I'm going to have to grind for hours and hours and hours just so I can beat Ash or Red and beat the Elite Four again. So I was like, okay, for all intents and purposes, I've beaten this game, and I've beat it in the past on the original Game Boy or Game Boy Color, whatever it was. I don't need to do it again. So I really didn't feel like wasting that much time grinding just to do that on this game. So I'm actually done with that for now. I got my fix. I'm good to go. I'm considering buying black or white version, and then of course black 2 or white 2, whatever. I'm not sure what the difference is. And who knows, maybe I'll get X or Y when they come out. I don't know. It's not a series that I'm following, and it's not a series that I'm obsessed with anymore. I used to be really big into it, but I'm just not so much anymore. So who knows? Kind of an oddity here. After playing several computer shooters, first-person shooters, I played Quake and I played Heretic, and I've played some other ones too. Of course, Doom. I play Doom all the time. You know, Doom rarely makes it on these lists, but I almost always play it. You know, it's a casual thing. You know, some people play Tetris or you know, Pac-Man to pass the time, but I play Doom, so whatever. But I was in the mood to play Duke Nukem 3D. This is actually the shareware version on the disc that I have here. I just wanted something to hold up. This is not the version I'm playing. I'm actually playing it on my PC, but it's the Atomic version, which is, it's weird. It's really edited. They took out a lot of stuff that's in even this shareware version. A lot of the women and the curse words, and I don't know, they took out a lot of stuff, and I just thought that was kind of surprising. Doesn't really make a difference. Doesn't really affect the gameplay. Duke Nukem is what it is. You know, it's funny, crude, go around, shoot aliens. That's about it. I really want to get this on the N64 just for nostalgia's sake, and of course all the other, you know, Time to Kill and some of the other Duke Nukem games I think are on the PlayStation. I think there's some other ones too. I can't remember. It's kind of a game series that's like, it's not really a guilty pleasure, but it's certainly not something that's awesome that I'm really pursuing. It's just something that, you know, a time killer, you know, no pun intended, Time to Kill. Anyway, moving on. A game that I beat, actually, started a long time ago, and I've talked about it before in probably another one of these videos. I just threw it in to get it finished. It is Enemy Territory Quake Wars, an objective-based first-person shooter. Pretty awesome, a lot of fun, quick, easy, cheap. You shoot stuff, blow stuff up, hack stuff, yeah, I mean that's about it. I mean, there's just you can play as an engineer or a special ops or a soldier, an assaultman. And you just go around and you just complete the objectives. It's all the objective. You walk up to whatever it is and hold down X until it says okay. It's just a lot like like your domination type game and other first person shooters. You just go and you do this and then you can move forward to the next objective and blah blah blah. So you can complete the game as a soldier. I think it's called the GDF, is the military, and then also as the Strog, which is what that dude is. You can complete it as either one, and you get achievements and blah blah blah. Fun. It's under $10. It's really cheap. It's not like groundbreaking or anything. It's fun. That's all I can really say about it. Pandora's Tower. It's a new game, of course, on the Wii. Operation Rainfall, Xseed. Really fun. It has its flaws, and I'm sure we'll talk about this more in the next episode of Another Gaming Podcast. So I won't go into great detail. I'm inside the you don't save inside the towers. I'm inside the 4th tower. It's a really weird game. Like the concepts are interesting. Very unique. I haven't played much like this. It's similar in a lot of ways to other games. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I've heard it compared to Shadow of the Colossus. I've never played Shadow of the Colossus, so I don't really know. But from what I know about Shadow of the Colossus, it's kind of like that. Yeah, we'll talk about it more in the podcast coming up here. I don't know when we're going to record. Sometime. But I'm sure that all will be revealed in spoiler-tastic episode. The last 2 games are both DS games. Of course, Etrian Odyssey 3 in my cool homemade cover. I put several hours into this. I actually don't know how many hours because I can't tell from my original DS how long I've been playing. I noticed though with the 3DS there's actually like a tracker. It tracks how long you play games, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna keep track of games that like this one that doesn't have a timer. And I kind of keep kind of a live updating record on my Backloggery account, which is in my description. So check it out, see what I'm playing, and how far I am into games and stuff like that. Check out my collection stuff. Not everything is on there. I excluded a lot of games. I don't put like Tetris and Dr. Mario, stuff like that on there, and a lot of I didn't put any Atari 2600 games on there. So for backlog type games, it's on that website. But yeah, it's really fun. If you've played Etrian Odyssey 4, which a lot of people have, I know, on the 3DS, or if you played any of the other Etrian Odyssey games, you like this one. It's a little bit, I don't want to say dumbed down of 4, because it's probably just as difficult. I haven't played 4, but I noticed that the graphics are, just stationary sprites, whereas in the 3DS it's got the 3D kind of look to it, and the animation. They actually have the monsters have animations and stuff, which is pretty awesome. I did play the demo of Etrian Odyssey 4 on my 3DS. Actually, when I got it, the demo was on there, so I checked it out just so I could kind of compare the two to see what I'm getting into. But from what I understand, the gameplay is not so dissimilar. Like if you played 3, you'll like 4, and vice versa. I don't know about 1 or 2. I haven't played either one of those, but it's really fun. Your first-person dungeon crawler. I'm really hoping I got the right classes to move forward with this game. I did have to go back and get I think it's called a hoplite. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a fighter type character, but it's got really good defense. And I didn't have one of those. I had a gladiator and my monk, who is my healer, out front on the front row, and I was just getting demolished so easily. And I was like, okay, need some defense here. So I had to actually take out my Zodiac and put in the hoplite, which I didn't like doing because I like the Zodiac because of the elemental spells and things. But I ended up taking them out. So I don't know. Who knows what I'll do in the future. because it's pretty easy to grind up levels. If you got high level characters and one low level character, it's pretty easy to get them up to speed with the rest of them, fighting some stronger monsters and having them defend and things like that. So it's a pretty awesome game. I know it's going to be hundreds of hours probably of playing that game, but I'm looking forward to it and having a lot of fun. Last but not least here, my battery's about to die. Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, another one of the games that I'm borrowing from Haas, and I've been putting a lot of time into this one, or what I perceive to be a lot of time. My backloggery is not accurate on this because I'm only putting the time that my save file says, but I've died so many times. You could add 2 or 3 hours to whatever that time says because I've died a lot. Having a lot of fun though. I don't know. I haven't heard too much about this Castlevania game. I'm really ignorant of a lot of Castlevania games, but I'm having a lot of fun with this one. I like the platforming. I like the difference in the weapons, the RPG elements, and leveling up and kind of having to grind out some levels so you can beat some of the bosses and stuff, and so you can progress forward. Having a lot of fun with it in the kind of the co-op, the moves that you can use your partner to cast a spell while you're using your whip or whatever weapon. I've actually used the axe quite a bit. So yeah, it's a pretty fun game. I'm enjoying it. I played very briefly the Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Mirrors of Fate, I think is what it's called. The demo for the 3DS. I had a lot of fun with that. I've heard mixed things. Some people say it's a pretty good game, and others that I consider really big Castlevania fans are kind of down on it a little bit. I don't know what to think. I had fun with the demo. If I find the game for pretty cheap, or if it comes down in price at all, I'll probably get it. And since this is Haas's, I'll probably end up buying this one eventually too. But for now, I'll just stick with this one. But that's it, yeah. And then also, one other demo that I played that's made me want this game so bad, I played the demo of Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy. And for me, I haven't played all the Final Fantasy games, so not all the music is going to have like a really strong nostalgic draw for me. But I don't know, it's just a really fun game. I had a lot of fun with the demo just today. I just downloaded it this afternoon, but I played the 2 songs that you can play in the demo. I've probably played them, 6-7 times each. I having a lot of fun with them, trying to better my score and whatnot. So I think that will be on my radar, also fairly high on my radar. Etrian Odyssey 4 and Fire Emblem Awakening being the only other 2 games that I'm really wanting to get besides now Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy. So I think that's about it. That's a lot of games, but it's been a while since I did this, and like I said, some of those games I'm not even playing anymore. I just played them recently and wanted to talk about them a little bit today. So sorry for the kind of weird lighting, really dark behind me and really light right here on me. I'm wearing a white shirt. I'm very white, but my face looks really red right now because I'm really hot. It's really hot in here. So I'm going to cut this video off, but thank you for watching, and be sure to be on the lookout for the next episode of another gaming podcast. Whenever that does get recorded, I'm not sure when that's going to be. Maybe this weekend, maybe next weekend. Who knows? I don't know. I haven't talked to the guys about it much, but should be sometime. Who knows? But also maybe look out for another episode of Doom and Corruption. We might be doing one soon. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a quick tour of his new place. So, yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Doom Waves out.